guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Charlene and my friends call me Char. I love traveling and building out itineraries, so I thought about sharing them with the world through this vlog. Also, fun fact about me, I just got married to the love of my life, Pao, and this is actually our 15-day honeymoon trip in Japan. First stop, Tokyo. We're in Japan! As soon as we landed, we got our JR pass and dropped our luggages off through Lug Agent, and then we took the Narita Express train to Tokyo. We were already so hungry at this point after checking in at our hotel in Ebisu, so we just went to the nearest restaurant and we chanced upon this one-man ramen shop that served really good ramen, perfect for the cold spring weather. Speaking of spring, it was our first time seeing cherry blossoms in person, and wow, they were so beautiful. Hachiko was even there to say hi to his visitors. After that, we passed by the iconic Shibuya crossing on our way to meet our friends for dinner and drinks.
Cheers! Cheers! Welcome to Tokyo!
And that's day one! The next day, we got up early to go to the happiest place on earth. Unfortunately, the lines were so long, so we had to line up for about an hour, but at least we made it to
Disneyland! Yay!
And here are some of the rides we tried.
Travelers and there's to be no flash photography.
それどころではなさそうですね。
Now, onto my favorite ride, the Enchanting Tale of Beauty and the Beast. We had to pay extra because it's the latest attraction and the lines were long, so we wanted to avoid that, but it was so worth it. Since we got hyped up on Disney songs, we decided to watch the Disney parade. We capped off our day at Disneyland by enjoying the great views on this cool riverboat. And here's everything we ate at Disneyland. It was a great day, but we needed real food, so we went to Takeshita Street in the hopes of eating at Gyukatsu Montomura, but the line was so long and we got cut off, so we ended up at Kura Sushi. And that's our day 2. The next day, we woke up early and went to Cherry Blossom Heaven. We got off at Nakameguro Station to see the famous Meguro River. We're here in Meguro River. So nice. My husband's best man is a photographer based here in Japan, and he offered to do our post-nup shoot, so of course we said yes. And behind every good Instagram photo is a great and patient Instagram husband. Love you, bub! After that, we went to the most famous shrine in Japan, the Meiji Jingu Shrine. The sake barrels here serve as offerings to the shrine, but they're actually empty. We then went into the main temple area, and here you can see a lot of people lining up for charms, for good luck and health and good fortune. We also did a quick visit to Yoyogi Park, but there wasn't much. We spent the rest of the afternoon walking around Omotesando and Harajuku, and for snacks, we grabbed some sushi along the way. For dinner, we tried Ikinari steak, and it was so yummy. I can't wait to try their branch here in Manila. After that, we met up with some friends for drinks, and that's day 3. On our 4th day, we boarded the Shinkansen going to Osaka, and I think it took us about 3.5 hours to reach the city. And finally, we got to Osaka, so we went straight to the Mario Kart experience. After watching the safety video, we picked out our costumes as Mario and Luigi. After all that driving, we got hungry, so we tried this TikTok famous, I guess, waffle-like snack with mozzarella inside. Just walking distance to the place is Osaka's most popular street, the Donbori. There were so many food stalls and shops around this area, you'll never go hungry. Speaking of food, we went to this hole-in-the-wall tempura restaurant and got ourselves some shrimp tendon and wagyu tempura. After that, we tried the famous Kobe beef, and they're quite expensive, but so worth it. We capped off the day with some hot chocolate, and that's our day 4. So today we're going to Kyoto. We got to Arashiyama in about 45 minutes, and we tried some of their street food for breakfast. One of the main attractions here in Arashiyama is the Togetsu-Kyo Bridge, and we walked this on the way to Tenryuji Temple. We passed by several food stalls and I got myself some strawberry mochi. The Tenryuji Temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that houses a very beautiful Zen garden called Sugenshi Garden. Then we reached the main attraction here in Arashiyama, which was the Arashiyama Bamboo Forest. Inside the bamboo forest is where you'll find the Nonomiya Shrine, where you can write down your wishes, your dreams, and then hang them up in the hopes of them coming true. After that, we took a 45-minute train to the Fushimi Inari Shrine. Before coming into the main torii gates, we chanced upon these omikuji sticks, and they have a number on them that you exchange at the counter to get your fortune paper.
Number 7.
After a short climb, we reached the long trail of torii gates where you can see the names of individuals and companies who donated these torii gates. We then took a short cab to Ninenzaka where old meets new, and here you'll find the world's first ever tatami-floored Starbucks. When you reach the top, you'll see a picturesque view of the Yasaka Pagoda. Of course, I got hungry again, so I got another mozzarella waffle, and this one is a way better version. It was time for an early dinner, so we tried this Kyoto-style gyukatsu. Gyukatsu is a deep-fried wagyu cutlet that's still a little bit rare inside, so you have the option to cook it as you prefer on a hot stone on your table.
Smoky.
After eating, we went to the famous geisha district of Gion as our last stop in Kyoto. We then went back to the Donbori to meet our friends for dinner, and that's our day 5.
Wabi-sabi.
Wabi-sabi.
Our 6th day was dedicated for shopping, so we went to Rinku Premium Outlet, which was a station away from Kansai Airport. For lunch, we had Ippudo ramen, which was of course super yummy. We also went shopping at Shinsai Bashi, and here you'll find hundreds of different stalls and a lot of secondhand shops. For our nighttime activity, we tried teamLabs Botanical Garden since we weren't able to get tickets for their Tokyo attraction. teamLab is known for their immersive art installations that play with lights and sounds. No better way to end a long day than some karaoke and beers with friends. And that's our day 6. We got home at about 4 a.m. so the next day we had our hangover meal at Tsukemen Ide. This was a slow day since we were still recovering from the night before, so we just walked around, did a little shopping, and then for dinner we decided to go to Kobe. Kobe is just a 30-minute train ride from Osaka, and just right across the station is a teppanyaki place called Steakland. For dinner, of course, we had Kobe beef, and wow, it was life-changing. The meat was so soft and juicy and literally melts in your mouth. Definitely our best meal in Japan. Then we went home and called it an early night for day 7. The next day, we went to Universal Studios at 7:30 a.m. because all the express passes were sold out and we wanted to make sure we could go in Super Nintendo World. Here's us lining up for the Mario Kart Koopas Challenge. After that, we did Yoshi's Adventure to tour around the Super Nintendo World. Next up was the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This was such a surreal experience, especially for those who are big fans of the series. They even have a life-size Hogwarts that you can go into for the Forbidden Journey ride. For lunch, we ate 3 broomsticks and got ourselves some butterbeer. We did a short visit to Minion World and watched a live stunt show in Waterworld. We capped off our day at Universal by watching the No Limits Parade where we saw our favorite characters. For dinner, we went to Harukoma and we got ourselves some fresh sushi and hot sake. Perfect combo. And that's our day 8. For day 9, we spent our day at the Kobe Sanda Premium Outlet and went back to Tokyo via Shinkansen around 9 p.m. For our 10th day, we visited the Tsukiji Outdoor Market, which has over 500 food stalls that you can choose from. I would say they mostly specialize on fresh seafood. I mean, look at these. And because I like strawberries, I tried the shop called Strawberry Fetish. We even saw a hot sake specialty shop, but we opted for coffee because we were a bit sleepy. After a morning full of food at Tsukiji, we took a train to Ueno to do a little walking, see the thrift shops, and have lunch at Yukaku again. At around 8 p.m., we went back to Shibuya to go up Shibuya Sky, and wow, look at that view. It was so cold on the rooftop. I think it was about 2 to 3 degrees and we were freezing. But of course, we're here for the photo, so here it is. And that caps off our day 10.
Finally, get to eat the Ichiran.
After Ichiran, we went around Shimokitazawa and chanced upon this cute orange cafe. They serve really good waffles and coffee. We then went into this cute little neighborhood called Hiroo, and actually this was the last shot on my phone because my phone died. But after, we got some burgers for dinner and then went home for an early night. On our 12th day, we went to the happiest place on earth again, this time Tokyo DisneySea. And there weren't many people because spring break was over. I've heard DisneySea was like the Disneyland for adults, and wow, I didn't expect what I saw inside. It was like we were instantly transported to Europe with a matching Venetian gondola ride. Next, we tried the Journey to the Center of the Earth, which was Pao's favorite ride. And then finally, we got to my all-time favorite ride, the Tower of Terror. After saying hi to Donald, we tried the Nemo Sea Rider and paid a visit to Agrabah. A short walk from Agrabah, you'll find the Mermaid Lagoon from Little Mermaid. Inside, you'll find probably the largest indoor kiddie area here in Disney resorts. We stayed for the night parade and wow, it was nothing short of magical. And that's our day 12! The next day, we almost missed our tour bus to Mount Fuji, but I'm glad we didn't. I mean, look at that view. We were lucky to have a clear day, and our first stop was Lake Kawaguchiko. Then we joined the traditional matcha making class. Matcha making.
Done.
First station. But so today is so lucky we can go into fifth station.
We got lucky we were able to go up to the 5th station to see this magnificent view. And of course, we didn't miss our chance to make another wish. Our next stop was another World Heritage Site, the Oshino Hakai Village. This place is home to 8 ponds filled by the snowmelt coming from Mount Fuji. You can even drink straight from the source, and we only tried this because this is Japan, but otherwise we wouldn't have. After a full day of sightseeing, we went to Gotemba Premium Outlet and then capped off our day 13. On our 14th day, we continued to explore Shibuya and then packed all our 6 luggages and treated ourselves for a good dinner here at Hakushu. This mom and pop shop served us really good Kobe beef, which was a perfect way to cap off our Japan trip. And that's our day 14. On our last day, we packed up our stuff and hopped into the Narita Express going back to the airport. Hope you enjoyed touring Japan with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next travels.